Hey there, YouTube! It is Jamin, and I am back after quite a while. I just made a video about a month ago where I asked you to send me suggestions for new videos. I wasn't able to make a response to that yet because I'm still getting some great ideas, so I want to leave it open for a little longer. But in the meantime, I've been getting lots of messages that are all saying the same thing. They're saying that people feel sore or, their throat feels a little rough after they're screaming. And the first thing I ask all the time is, well, are you warming up? And they say, how do you warm up to scream? So in this video, I'm going to teach you a proper screaming warm-up. Screaming, just like any other vocal technique, requires you to warm up your voice before you do it. The perfect way to start a screaming warm-up is through a breathing warm-up. I'm not going to do that in this video because I actually already have a video up that goes through breathing in depth. In fact, it's called in-depth breathing. So I'm going to put an annotation up right now. It's over my face right now. You should click on it. It's the breathing tutorial. In the description of that video, it's got the links to the minutes, seconds of each individual exercise. I would suggest doing all of them. So click that and then come back to this video. Now that you got about 5 minutes of breathing under your belt, you're going to want to start singing. Singing uses your voice more than talking or whispering or anything else other than screaming. And it's a great way to get your voice ready to get that scream out. Everyone has a different voice and a different vocal range. Therefore, everyone's going to need different songs. Now, these songs might not be your favorite, but they are songs that you know will help you with your voice. You should usually sing about 4 to 5 songs before you even start any songs with screaming in them. Usually these songs are semi-difficult to sing, but easy enough that you don't have to strain yourself. I've taken the time out to list 4 songs for each vocal range in the description of this video. Each of the songs is selected because it's not very difficult and it will help you to stretch your vocal cords out a little bit and work them before you start your scream. For those of you who don't know, there's 3 main vocal ranges for men. It's bass, baritone, and tenor. Bass is the lowest, tenor is the highest. For women, there are 2, alto and soprano. I'm a tenor, so I'm going to run through the 4 songs that I find really help me get ready to scream. Now, like I said, these might not be your favorite songs. These really aren't my favorite songs. But what they are songs that really help you stretch your voice out a little bit, loosen it up. I usually start off with the song Scar Tissue by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Close your eyes and I'll kiss you, 'cause with the birds I'll share.
Next in my list is Things That Rhyme with Orange, the singing part, not the screaming part, by I Set My Friends on Fire.
Yeah, that's the only compensation. Compensation.
The next song I go to is almost always Lips of an Angel by Hinder. And don't act like you don't like that song. Don't even try.
My girl's in the next room. Sometimes I wish she was you.
And the last song I sing, which the last song you sing should be much harder than the rest of them because your voice is already loose, so you can really start, pounding it in there. That would be the cover of Careless Whisper by Seether.
I'm never gonna dance again. 'Cause guilty feet have got no rhythm.
Now you got about 5 minutes of breathing warm-up and 10 to 15 minutes of singing. The next thing to do is pick songs with screaming in them. But before you go all out, you want to pick songs that focus on a certain range of your screaming, starting with the range that's easiest for you. Personally, I find my low screams are a lot easier to get out at the beginning than my high screams. So I'll usually pick a song that's mostly or all low screaming growls. Also, you want to make sure the song's not too fast or challenging. You don't want to run into a song where you're rapid fire screaming yet. This is a warm-up, it's not your performance. I'll usually start off by doing maybe the low part of Wake Up by Suicide Silence, or the low part of Shane Stokes by Chelsea Grin. Also, songs from bands like Oceano and some of the slower Whitechapel songs are also really good to start out with if you're focusing on your lows. If you want to start out with your highs, or if you're done with your lows and want to move on to your highs, there are a lot of songs where you can try that out. For that, like I said before, you can do the high part of Wake Up and the high part of Shane Stokes. And almost always the band Haste the Day stays around that mid-high range. So most of their songs, like American Love, are really good to practice your mids and highs. The joke is I said mids and highs in the same sentence. You usually don't have to do more than one or two of these single range songs each time you warm up. But once you've gone through your lows and your highs, or your highs and your lows, and you've done your singing and you've done your breathing, you should be all set to get out there and scream your heart out. So get out there and stab some eyes, melt some faces, and tear some throats out. But make sure you warm up before you do, because you don't want that throat you're tearing up to be your own. Now YouTube, with this tutorial done, I will bid you adieu. If you want to see my entire warm-up instead of just the little clips, just message me and ask me for it, and I can ask my friend Fairly Musical, where my Shane Stokes cover is, to put it up on his channel. I can't put it up on my channel because I'm a YouTube partner, and that's copyright infringement, and they'll arrest me and stone me to death in the town square. Don't let YouTube know I told you that. Alright guys, good luck screaming. Happy trails.